Welcome again to the Football Exponential Podcast. I'm joined by the ever present Frank and I'm Chika.
Hi guys, welcome
So,
back.
Frank, I know you're happy today. Chelsea
Oh,
smashed Brentford
oh,
today.
well, smashed. I don't want to say smashed, but Chelsea did the job.
Smash as regards the aspiration, what like the
Okay.
statement, the character. That's what I mean.
Oh
Not
yeah,
as
yeah,
regards
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah. And then for our viewers, if you like whatever you are watching or you are enjoying it, please hit smash the like button, like, subscribe, and then drop your comment. So Frank, let's go with City. And this is like before the game, City had gone 11 games and winning only, I think it was 11 straight games across all competitions. They've won only once. They've conceded, I wrote it down somewhere, I think it was like 23 goals and then they've scored 12. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that is a very, that is like,
That's
but that
relegation
tells
form.
you how good City
That's
is, that they have such a record and they're still in the top four. That
yeah.
tells you that the Premiership is so competitive right now. Everybody's taking points off everybody. Yeah. So,
hmm
but now, do you think City can go any further? Do you
Um,
think this can be stopped?
well, I think because I looked at their fixtures for the next few weeks in the Premier League. So they have some okay fixtures that they can manage, and we expect them to win. But I just feel, in terms of the ultimate prize, winning the title, I think this City team has. I think the majority of these players at Man City, they've run that race at this team. They need to evolve past a lot of these players. I'm talking about not just the obvious ones like Kyle Walker's, even I'm talking about Kevin De Bruyne, for example. Players like Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva. It's because they've been asked really tough questions in the last few weeks. Okay, you're this all winning team, you win everything, you destroy everyone in your path, but where if you've never I don't think De Bruyne has ever been in this situation before where you're on this losing streak where you can't get games, you're conceding goals, conceding chances, your teammates are making stupid decisions game after game. And I just feel this is the time where you just have to go back to basics. Like I feel it reminds me of the Jose Mourinho season at Chelsea where you lose your way and you just don't know how to get it back. And it gets back it gets worse week after week, week after week. You're chasing performances, chasing results. I just feel ultimately they have to just, if January comes, I don't know if they need to do business. Well, they have to do business, but I don't know if they will do it.
But if they do business in January, like they'll be spending so much money or throwing away money.
Yeah,
The City are so bad that I think that if they end the season in the top four or they qualify for Champions League, let's say they finish fifth, and it's a miracle. It is that
yeah,
bad right now. To me,
yeah,
top four is no longer a given. Like it's something that if they get it, they should be grateful that they have top four.
yeah.
It's because I'm looking at it. There are some mistakes. See Nunes, Mateus, is it Mateus Nunes? Look at this
Matthias Nunes.
mistake. Yeah, you
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
that's just
yeah,
lack of confidence. Like,
yeah. I understand, but again, I look at it's okay when everybody's on form playing well. You're asking different players to do different things, but it's clear he's a midfield player. He played
yeah,
up. He played left back today. Played in the back line today. You're asking players to do more than they can in a difficult period, and it's just you get a situation where players are making basic errors in defense, basic errors in midfield. It's almost again, it's like the kind of goals that consider the goals you see Southampton concede, where it's just bad defending, bad understanding of your teammates strong strengths and weaknesses. But I think overall it's just where I believe the good point is Pep Guardiola has committed to sign a new contract, so okay, he's in it. There's a new sporting director coming next year, so I doubt they'll make any business in January. But they have to improve the squad. That's undeniable. And again, this is now, and I feel this is probably a place where Guardiola has never been before as a coach, where he has to
that's
rebuild.
that's where I'm having real issues. Like, if he has been there before, because every big manager must have experienced. Maybe Fergie handled it well because there are some seasons. I think Fergie qualified for Champions League every single season.
Yeah,
Wenger qualified for Champions League every single season. Well, there was a time Sir Alex Ferguson was struggling. I remember it was a season where he was in the same Champions League group with Leo. I remember where he couldn't even
yeah,
reach the
yeah, I
second
remember, yeah,
round.
Yeah, they
Maybe, yeah,
finished.
that he
I
revealed.
remember.
So I see them struggling, but it's not this bad. Or maybe it
But
was this
I,
bad,
I
but
know,
because
but it's also important to like, even I remember like back at that time they still had Rooney and Ronaldo Rooney and Ronaldo on that team, so they still had the two core of the team that went on to win that Champions League. So, but right now I feel you have Rodri is going to come back, Haaland is there, Guardiola is there, some other players in obvious system. I just feel it's they need to be max exodus at the end of the season because it's not just good enough for from a lot of players. Doku, Savinho, Grealish.
but
Do you no, do you know do you know this? This is the 365th day, a whole year. Jack Grealish has not scored the Premier League. Has not scored the Premier
yeah, I
League
saw
goal.
that. Yeah, yes, I saw that. I saw that,
That's
and it's
it's
bad.
that's
For a
that's
midfielder, even for a defensive midfielder, is bad. You have to Makaleli. You have to Makaleli to have that kind of record. It's
you,
terrible.
no. So it's so I just think overall the
But
policy they need.
contrary to so many football fans, I don't think they will spend in January.
I think they'll get
Because
one.
this is why
I think they'll get.
there's no need to spend. Anybody selling you nobody sells you their best player in the winter. You have to overpay. Are they getting
Yeah,
to the Mendy? So you understand what I'm trying to say? So that means they have to overpay in order to do that.
I know, but it's also but well, not necessarily overpay, but they can that players in Spain, for example, where you can go and get you pay the release clause. So the Mendy has a release clause. You can pay that and you bring him. Even I remember back in a few years ago, they got Laporte in January where they paid this release clause. So they can. I feel they need one body in, just a body to come into midfield, especially because Gundogan, Kovacic, it's not enough. But I think let's go to the to the right side of Manchester where.
Okay, Manchester, yeah. You have something to tell
Um,
me about United?
No, no, I'm really impressed with the job this Newcastle is doing, Ruben Amorim. I'm really impressed because with whenever a coach goes to a club this or a club this big, I always ask because obviously the club has been underperforming in the past. That's why he's been appointed. I always look at the tough decisions he makes within the first 2 to 3 months of his tenure, and I feel Amorim has been for me he's been perfect because what he's done is not just he's gone in. He's rotated the squad. He's rotated the starting lineup a lot so since he's been there, and he's giving everyone a fair opportunity to show what they can offer him. And like I said before, this is one of his main jobs was to go in there and find out those players that want to run for him can run, and those that don't want to run and separate those two. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
he's getting to a point where he's making that call where he's already seen it. Okay, Ericsson started his first game as coach. Ericsson hasn't started since then. That's a decision made on that player. But I feel
Yeah.
today, but I feel today is more significant because before the game started, it was announced Garnacho and Rashford were not on the match day squad, not because of any injuries or whatever. He said they trained this morning, they're fit, they trained well. He made a point of saying they trained well, and also saying it's not for any off the field shenanigans. It's a decision he's made
That might
because
be
he watched.
that might be that they're not part of his squad, his plans moving forward. That might be a sign. Or if you don't sit up, you won't be part of the
Yeah,
squad. Yeah.
it's both. But I just feel but it's also a message to the players that are still there where I see everything, and it's not just your performance on the pitch. It's not about the goals. It's how you train, how you put your kit on, how you are with your teammates, how you react to a bad pass, how you react to a bad tackle, how you react to all the situations during the game and on and off the pitch. So I see everything, and I think it's not just a message to Rashford and Garnacho, but it's also a message to the club captain, for example, Bruno Fernandes, who has this habit of throwing his arms around when things aren't going his way, making silly tackles, getting himself sent off. This is a message to those players. I need everybody to be on the same page. I need everybody to lock in. We are going on the right now. And what makes it even sweeter, what makes it good for him is you go away to your rivals and you go there, you get that performance and you get a win. And the guys that have been left out of the squad, Rashford Garnacho, they'll go back to training on Monday and they know it's up. They know, okay, I have to get back into this team. I don't own this position anymore. I don't demand the starting spot. I have to walk my socks to get back into it. Because Ahmad, who I think was the best player on the pitch today,
He's been the best
Am
player under Amorim. He's been the best
yeah,
player.
true, that's true. I
And
think
it's an indictment on the bad job Eric Ten Hag did. Because if this
And
boy is playing this good, that means you did a bad job as a coach.
and also credit to Alma because he's the player that's taking his time. He was there. He got there. Was loaned to Rangers, loaned to Sunderland. Came back into the squad last season. Saw players like Anthony get game after game to disappoint, to fail just because of that price tag and the relationship to the coach. But he's taking his time now. I think now he's showing the goods. He's doing his stuff, which I'm always happy to see. But I think today he was fantastic. But I feel with United, the overall set, I think they look. That shape was good today. I just feel they lacked a bit of quality in the final third, where in terms of creating chances and dominating those areas. But I just feel with City, when after City went a goal up, City just almost like, you know what, we'll keep this, we'll try and control from here. We don't have They didn't really have any intent to create or score more goals, but with a player like Ahmad growing in confidence, trying to do stuff, and I just feel with
And
how
the
bad City
squad,
are,
I saw the
yeah,
togetherness when they were celebrating the goal, and I was impressed.
that's
You
it.
could see how everybody was happy for him. At the end of the game, you saw how Nana was speaking French to him, carried
Yeah,
him
yeah.
up. He went to the bench, the leads,
That,
whatever
that's
I'm me is forming.
it. It gets
Yeah, the
that.
bonding.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. The least
yeah, it's
everybody was
good.
happy. Even Ericsson that was on the bench. You see how I was
It's,
like,
yeah,
this is the
yeah, that's
United I
it.
want to see.
And also,
And
I
I will
think
not lie to you, as a Chelsea fan, I'm not happy.
we were
I, 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 I'm scared of Amorim.
no,
Not the United executives. As a Chelsea fan, I will tell this every United. Whatever United has been, he has the charisma. Not
he
every
has the minerals.
Jose was like that.
He has the
Van
minerals.
Gaal
He
was
has the
like that.
minerals.
You see coaches that from their Pep Guardiola was that like that. I don't know Fergie. I don't know when they hire Fergie. From their they don't force
So
it. To me, I've never been an Arteta fan. I've not been convinced the way he talks. Unai Emery somehow I think it's the experience that makes him convey, but he doesn't have that aura. What's his name? Villas Boas. I wasn't convinced the first day
no,
from, but Maresca has it from the way they
yeah,
talk. Pep has it. Van Gaal has
yeah.
it. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Conte, the way,
Amorim
and
has it.
even I think it's always like people always make I don't know, but like with Chelsea because we have a lot of coaches coming in. It's always you always look towards that first press conference, the introduction to the club as the new head coach, and how they handle that situation, how you are going to be asked tough questions, but it's always a way to set the tone of your management going forward. How you handle your first press conference, your first media appearance. But I think with Amorim, I think so far he's hit all the right notes at the club. But in terms of going forward and being skilled of United, I still think they need to get a lot of decisions right still in terms of getting the right players in and getting the players out. So that's where a lot of questions will be asked about them. Not of Harmony because that's above him, but the club. Can they make the right signings? Can they get the right creative player in those pockets? The right centre back. But even talking about centre backs, I thought Maguire today was fantastic. Maguire today was fantastic. He did,
Yo, I lost you. Well, lost your voice or something. Yeah, Maguire
yeah,
was fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
hmm So you were saying something about Maguire. What else?
Yeah, so I was saying this probably has been his best performance in a long time, but it's also you don't see it. He kept Man City's number nine very quiet, and but this is and again I feel like Maguire is almost like a forgotten figure. I'm not propositioning for him to get a new contract or that his contract expires this season, but he's still a player that
This
you can
season,
rely. Yeah, I think at the end of the year, but I think he's a player you can rely on in the short term and just especially in that back three, put him in the middle. He clears everything, plays out of the ball, plays out of the back wall. But with United, I think it's good. It's a lot of good. They have good momentum right now. And I know it's just one result and they've lost some games recently, but it's just for them it's more than the results right now. I don't think the results
so
really
the
matter.
reason why I'm so much fan of Amorim is there's no new manager bounce under him. Everything is organic. And if
Exactly.
I'm a United fan, I don't want that bounce because
Exactly.
the
You know,
bounce defeats you, it makes you feel something is right. Meanwhile, nothing is
let's
really happening here. So
there's no
everything he's grinding our result, and then he's setting out the team based on the basics, not playing whatever. Because
yeah.
defensively, to me, they are way much more solid defensively. So he wants to build from the back and all those in attack. Well, we can do it, but let's concentrate on building the back line, any goals, because if you look at some of their goals, individual brilliance, you look at Fernandez passing to Hoyland in the Champions League, the second goal, it was it. You look at Ahmad, but at least let's try and be tight at the back. Let's deny our opponents. Let's make it difficult for them to beat us. So I think, and one good thing about him that is I've not said about other managers for some time, is he gave everybody a chance. Almost
Yeah.
everybody played. He kept on changing his. Today he plays Mazuari. Tomorrow he plays, and
Well,
I'm sure he must have known his best starting lineup, but he tried to give everybody
yeah,
a chance. So
yeah,
when
and
he
I
decides
think
to move on, you can't blame
so.
him for.
I think that's already he's already settled on. Okay, I know. I can count on Masraoui, count on Dallo, for example, count on Kobe Meno, Ugarte, for example, as well. Casemiro did not feature today. Bruno Fernandes is still, for me personally, I think there's a lot. It's for me, it's still 50-50 because I know if he had the opportunity at 1-0 for Man City to equalize, he fluffed his lines. But I still think if you want to get to the next level in terms of being a good team that creates chances, dominates games, I don't think Bruno Fernandes can go with you on this ride. Not this season, but I'm talking about next
Ah,
in a
yeah,
year
yeah,
or
yeah,
two.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Is a player that I won't be afraid to entertain offers from when
I get what you're
especially
saying.
from Saudi. But it's all good. Let's go to Chelsea.
Okay, Chelsea today. I was first of all, it's difficult. Everybody was, well, lots of shout outs. But the most important thing to me, before the game, I said all Chelsea needs is the 3 points.
Yeah,
Even if it rains today and the referee decides to call off the game, is a positive. Or I don't care how you get it, just
just get three
because now
points. Yeah,
these 3 points gives them a lot of confidence. To me, if you have lost this, when it's better to win when everybody drops points than to drop points when everybody wins. Like
yeah, yeah,
Liverpool have
yeah,
dropped points. They're trying to make a statement that you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm going to
Arsenal.
win this week. Had it
Yeah,
been the drop point, and then this is going this way, we still have the Christmas where you have like 4 games to go, and I feel almost everybody's going to drop a point then.
yeah.
So you can
Absolutely,
afford to
absolutely.
drop that point at that time. Whether or not they're entitled is, I don't think Chelsea fans should dream about the title. I
Yeah,
don't really, because two
don't worry
things,
about.
two things
Don't worry
I
about that.
think they
Don't
don't
worry about
have.
that.
They don't have the defense. If they had one centre back, let's assume they had a John. If you bring in John Terry in this team and bring in Peter Cech in this team, I'll tell you go and win the title. Even if Cech is a different type of player and then he doesn't know how to play with his leg. But if they
Yeah,
had those two players, I'll tell you, but they don't have it. They don't have the defense. Even though I was so impressed with Tosin today,
yeah.
the
Tosin.
defender,
Yeah,
I was so
yeah,
impressed. Yeah, um he had a lad this tackle with Buemo. He failed, but it wasn't really the defenders' fault. They pushed up so high in that game, and then Casedo
yeah.
lost the ball, and then Brentford countered. But it's a good win though. To me, is a good win. And then shout out to Kukureya. But I think he was red carded.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's I believe what happened is because he had that tackle in the last few minutes of the game where it looked like a bad tackle, but the ref gave a yellow card. And I don't know if they probably communicated with him that okay, probably that was a bad decision or something, but it was very quick to give that second yellow card and the red card ultimately. But I feel this is also part of the learning process with Chelsea where you have to learn to control emotions, especially not just during the games, but after the games as well. But for the game today, I feel because we all knew what the game was going to look like. Brentford come to Stamford Bridge, a place where they've been there 3 times in the past since they got promoted, and they've won 3 times.
Because I
They
feel
have
Brentford had no chance before the game. It was the
yeah,
occasion of denying Chelsea. Because
exactly, and their
they've had
history
only
and their
1 point away all season. All season
exactly
they've been poor, but because everybody's looking up on them to deny Chelsea, so I think they were hyped up. Let's go and
yeah,
do the damage.
yeah,
Yeah, continue.
and also that they're obviously a very well coached team. They have one of the best finishing percentages in the Premier League. I think above Chelsea and Man City as well. And they have two strikers in form as well. So it was always going to be tough. They defended well, but what I liked with Chelsea was there was intent from the first minute where the pace of the ball, they moved the ball very quick. They were always going quick. They were going quick and direct through the wings. finding players in pockets. But there was also a bit of anxiety with Chelsea as well when they were trying to get that first goal, where they
Mm.
still, and this is again back to the building. Well, okay, how do we go about this? How do we break this team down when they're defending a block of five and four in the middle? How do we break this team down? But they got the first goal. I thought the first half performance was fantastic. There was faultless. There was Everybody was on point. Everybody was giving their efforts. Second half was a bit more messy. It was more. I felt they were playing a bit. They were playing too much in the foot. They couldn't get that second goal until Jackson got the second goal. And seemingly won it for Chelsea. It's because I saw the pictures of Chelsea legend John Mikel at Stamford Bridge this evening. So I don't know if someone told Jackson, Jackson, your biggest hater is here. Wake up, wake up. Mikel is here. So because you
Because
know,
he was messing up beginning of the. He had
no,
some chances where he should
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
converted.
yeah, he had one that he flopped. But funny enough, after he missed that chance, he started playing better.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He started getting involved. He started getting more involved with the game in the game, dropping deep, linking up with the attackers, and get obviously finishing well for his
But
for the
if you
second
watch
goal.
the whole game, the only Premier League striker that I feel I can compare or is slightly better than Nicholas Jackson this season, and I say
Yeah,
well, the only Premier League striker that is informed I can feel all round better than Jackson is Isak.
Isaac. Yeah, Isaac.
There's nobody. There's because of what he brings to the table. You could see when they changed in Kunku, the team went dead. And
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
been noticing this.
I'm I'm
So
I'm I'm not a big fan of Okuku playing through the middle as a number nine. I don't really, because I feel it takes a lot away from his game as a player that likes to link between attack and midfield. But I feel, but overall, I think it was a solid win for Chelsea. Shout out to Sanchez. He had and he, this is the
very,
problem
very
with
good save.
Sanchez.
I have that problem because when it
It's
comes to some saves, that's
It
I
comes
have.
and it's because like you said Peter Cech, and like games like where he makes those saves you expect the Peter Cechs to make, but he also has the games where he plays like he's not really up for this level, and I just feel he has to sort it out because it's not a problem of his of how he plays or how he's as a goalkeeper. I think it's more a mental problem where he has to get through that mental block because if you check the statistics in terms of the overall goalkeeping, playing out on the back, catching aerial, catching balls, passing, making good saves as well. He's quite good on all those metrics compared to other Premier League goalkeepers this season. And I just feel he needs to get that. He needs to make that switch from a mid-level goalkeeper to a top-class goalkeeper. And I think it's a mental. It's something it's mental where you can get up. Whether if he can slow down his job making sometimes and go from the way because he always seems to react
But
too
if you look
quickly.
at his age, there is a high probability he will get there. Because
Yeah,
he's only 27
yeah,
or
and yeah,
26.
because I feel he has that same issue. Tim Howard had and Ben Foster had at Manchester United,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
when they came into the team, a lot of pressure. Okay, for a lot of pressure in the title winning team or title challengers, and they just never got to that level. But when they drop down to an Everton or they drop down to a Watford and that they enter that prime in a way where they
A
become
whole lot of levels. Yeah.
top class goalkeepers. But I think there's still a lot to be seen. But with
But
Chelsea,
there's
that's
something he does. There's something he does I expected you to talk about. And it's only Onana that I think does it in the Premier
yeah,
League and to some little extent Arsenal goalkeeper Raya. But Onana does it a lot of time. And I don't know why teams have not noticed. Every time, every little time, he does it so well. I think it's Maresca that instructed him to do that. Every little time he gets the ball, that is not a goal kick, he throws it immediately out. If
yeah.
you notice it, every time he gets the ball, he catches
He's
the
always
ball.
he's, he's
Always
always
throws it out.
he's
Yes,
always he's, al- he's
transition.
always
Yes.
always
So
always scanning, always scanning.
Onana does it very, very well to catch the team. And if you notice, he gives it to Kukuraya, who pushes the ball, or he gives it to Levi Colwill, who
Yeah,
plays a true ball or something like that. And it helps a lot with teams because you could see that sometimes the teams they play a quick counter, and they push men forward, and they are not back. So he throws it. He does that
yeah,
a whole lot, very, 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 very well. And you could
yeah,
see there was the time he lost himself. He nearly had an own goal where
yeah,
Kobe gave it.
yeah. Exactly. So
It's
it's just
all
it's just
mental.
it's all those moments. But like a quick shout out to Coquelin, who was fantastic again today. Like his intensity, his intensity
What
is
was in the
way.
number nine position? Two headers. Bro.
Yeah, I know, but like I think it's a player. It's a player in good form. This last few weeks, and also another one to Caicedo, who's Caicedo was fantastic today.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
went
yeah.
he went about the job in a quiet way, but it was fantastic. And I think it gets to the level where we have to put him not just as one of the best midfielders in Premier League, but we have to put Caicedo in the conversation as one of the best players, full stop, in the Premier League. Because the amount of consistency, the level at which he performs week in, week out is, for me, Chelsea's most important player. Not necessarily the best player, but the most important player by far. He's always there. You can always rely on him. Is that still that block you need in midfield? You can always count on his tackles and his interceptions, and also his passing forward as well. Not just interceptions, but I think overall that's five straight wins in the Premier League for
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah,
for the
yeah. I
first
want to
time.
say something. I want to say something tactically.
Yeah.
Um, uh, if I'm if I'm Noni Madueke's agent and I watch this game, I'm telling him there's a problem because I'm thinking something. If you watch Caicedo, the second assist was Caicedo's assist. Not
Yeah.
Caicedo, sorry, Enzo.
Oh,
The
guys, also,
second
yeah.
goal was Enzo. If you watch, Enzo is enjoying his football now, mainly because he's playing with Palmer. Because there are a
Hmm.
lot of people marking Palmer, so he's mostly free most of the time now. And
Yeah.
he has learned. Now, I never questioned Enzo's physicality, Enzo's tackling, but he always got it wrong. But that ability, that courage, that trying, that will to try, I never doubted it. This is where the problem is. Chelsea never had balance playing Enzo with Caicedo. It's always been unbalanced. Now, if you watch today, it was very, very balanced, extremely balanced. Now, and you're looking for a way to play what's his name? Lavia. Because Lavia is also a very important Chelsea player or one of the best Chelsea players. So you're looking for a
Yeah.
way to play Lavia, Enzo, and then Caicedo at the same time and have also Gusto play. Is it possible that Noni Madueke is taken out? Palmer moves to the right, Enzo moves to the center when Chelsea are off the ball. When they have the ball, Caicedo moves to Gusto position. Gusto moves upright. Because if you
Yeah,
look at it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
understand what Enzo,
Understand what
this
you're saying.
he wasn't really offering much.
No, but okay, I think
He
you've made
tracks
so
back, don't get me wrong. Yes.
I,
But
I,
apart from him shooting, there's some decisions he doesn't know when to pass. He always wants to shoot. And if it doesn't happen on your day, it's a problem. So that's the problem I'm having.
okay.
Because if you watch today's game, you're looking on how to put. Imagine Enzo, Caicedo, and then Enzo, Caicedo, and then Lavia and Gusto in the same team. It becomes problematic. Yeah, continue
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. I think you've raised an interesting question, and I think because I've also imagined like Chelsea's lineup with Palmer playing on the right wing, coming central, and Gusto overlapping, then then Enzo the other pockets, Caicedo and Lavia in the middle. But I feel one point I believe the way and from what we've seen so far, I feel how Maresca wants to use his wingers is different from how Eko Palmer will play on the wing coming inside because you have to because they're always high and wide.
Yeah,
They bring the width into the team where and that's where Madueke shines. But and I feel back to his performances today because he obviously got the assist for the first goal. I felt he started off the game very nervy because
Mhm.
he didn't look he didn't really quite look sure or confident in himself whenever he was taking on his man. But I feel whenever Chelsea play, whenever Madueke is on the pitch, when Chelsea they are doing trying to create chances or doing good stuff, he's always involved. Like
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
and I always feel you can always question the decision making and I'm getting to realize like because a lot of Chelsea fans we say he shoots a bit too much, but I feel that's more of an instruction from the coach. Because we see like the Sancho, for example, it's been said or the coach said he doesn't shoot enough. I need him to shoot more. There's something where the coach wants his wingers to either come in, get shots off, or go wide, stretch the play, put the ball in the box. And I feel sometimes this is the journey you go with young players where you take
Yeah, 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 yeah,
they have it's moments they get good moments, they have bad moments, But I feel it's the overall approach and the overall application is in the right place, where they're training well, perform, just doing their jobs on and off the ball. It's okay. Then you can go from there. And it's one of those. It's I just think with Noni, I know a lot of people really criticize Noni and Jackson, for example. I'm very much in their camps. I love these two players because I see what they bring to the team, not just in terms of scoring goals, but how they make the team make the team play better. And I feel is it do you think actually do you think Chelsea play better without Jackson and Noni on the pitch?
No, they don't play better.
So I saw, and this is not to say they're perfect here, but I think they still have a lot to learn, a lot to.
Well, you are right. I was thinking something. I was watching Fulham, and it just came to my mind that I had three players that I knew, and I felt that they were not good enough. Like when you look at, you watch them play, you just say yourself they are not good enough. And right now, I can't say the same thing about them. They might not
Yeah,
be the standard I wanted them to be, but they are above average Premier League players. They are very
yeah,
solid Premier League players.
and
Andres Pereira, Alex Iwobi, and Harry Wilson. I'm not talking about Pereira much. I'm not talking about Iwobi. I want to talk about Wilson. I knew Wilson far back 2023 when he was on loan from Liverpool with one of the promoted sides. I've forgotten, was it Cardiff or something? I forgot one of the, but he was,
no, I think it was I think it's Fulham. I think it's Fulham.
yeah, yeah.
Harry
No,
Wilson,
no,
yeah.
he wasn't. No, he was a
No,
good player.
Harry Wilson.
Uh,
Oh,
Harry Wilson, he's a
sorry,
Liverpool
sorry.
player.
It's
The left footer. Yeah,
Liverpool and Bournemouth, Liverpool and Bournemouth.
it was Bournemouth. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah, it was the Bournemouth. But my problem with him was he was so inconsistent. And
yeah.
I've watched him. This is going to like 9 years now. And I think he's deserved to start the Premier League game right now. And
Okay.
right now, if you look at the way Iwobi, the way they play, Iwobi, Pereira, or whatever, even if one person has a good night, the team is good.
Yeah. And it's also that's it on Chelsea. Let's go to Fulham. The game Liverpool Fulham. 2-2. Yeah, it ended up being 2-2 on the day.
Yeah.
Liverpool a goal down, a man down. They still found a way to come back, score a couple goals, consider another goal and more chances as well. But as I was watching the game, I was really. I know a lot of people look at it as 2 points dropped with this, but look at it as that's a valuable point in the season for Liverpool. And
Yeah.
this could be one of those games where come May, come the last day of the season, you look back and say, "Oh, this is when we believed we could win this title." With that, not the win, not the point necessarily, but the performance for over 80 minutes with 10 men. And also, and it's also a game where Arne Slot showed who he was as a football as a coach in terms of his overall philosophy, where they went a goal down, but they still played with intent, creativity, intensity. They didn't like we've seen Arsenal play with 10 men this season, and they've gone about it different where they pack the balls and just hope the game and just try to run the game down. But with Liverpool, when they went down to 10 men, I felt they started playing better after they went a man down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They controlled the game, they dominated the game, they created a lot of
No,
chances.
they play way better. I was watching Arsenal, like Liverpool was a man down. They had the chance to seal the game, and Arsenal couldn't do it. It was so obvious that.
We'll get to after, but I feel this is where because I feel at that point it's okay. They just like this is how we're going to throw caution away. We'll risk getting our scored on, concede a goal, or but we'll create goals. We'll create chances because we have the best player in the Premier League. We have Gakpo in form, Diaz is in form, Szoboszlai, Jones, they're all playing well, high energy players. But one player who was fantastic that really impressed me because he went to centre back, Gravenberch. After Liverpool
Oh
went
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
went a man down, he joined the back line and stepping just sometimes depending down the channel, but also stepping into midfield whenever he could. But I thought it was fantastic. But he was not only the only fantastic player, the other guy, one of our favorite players in Premier League, Robinson.
Who's that?
Robinson,
Oh, Robinson. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Robinson.
yeah, yeah. He's my best left back. I'll like Robinson. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had one of the performances of the week this match day. He was, is
Did you see the cross to Pereira for
yeah,
the
yeah, I did.
assist?
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
not just that he created chances, but you also at the same time you're going up against more. He kept Mohamed Salah relatively quiet for large parts of the game, but he was an attacking force. Just it was a one man attack down the whole wing. He created. I think the stats were he created four chances on
He,
the day.
he, he, he
Yeah,
plays so well that the day he's not playing, Iwobi will be so mad because you could see whenever Iwobi gets the ball, he just runs.
yeah,
Whenever
because
Iwobi gets the ball, he
he's
just
always there.
runs. Iwobi only has to give him he runs this way. He doesn't run this way. So if Iwobi gets the ball here, he runs this way. Iwobi just gives him the ball and then runs this way and then he crosses it.
And
It
you can and you because most times with a lot of our fullbacks, the quality or the quality they provide with the crosses are not really consistent. But with him, he always finds the right cross, and I think he's been fantastic for Fulham since he's been there. And it's quite I don't know if it's quite with happenstance, but on the day where Liverpool's left back Robinson gets not I won't say just he gets exposed and he gets himself sent off. And it's also the day where Robertson performs at Anfield, where I don't know if it's somewhat like an audition for a transfer to Liverpool in the future. But I felt Fulham did a lot of good things. But I just felt they might be a bit disappointed where they didn't really get on the ball more and create more chances. Considering where they played with a man advantage. But I just feel just one of those occasions where you come up against a really really good team, a really
well, well,
a well coached team, and
this is the problem I have with Fulham, and this is for real. I was watching a show yesterday and I saw one of the Tottenham fans say that Tottenham needs to hire Marco Silva. His
mm,
favorite coach will be Marco Silva. And I was just laughed. I was disappointed. That's the wrong analysis. He's the
that's
worst decision
no,
he will make. Because the problem with Tottenham is that they want to play attacking football. Marco is not an attacking coach. Like he can
no,
and he needs a lot of patience. Now, this is
yeah,
why I said this is why I said this is a problem. The Fulham held back or decided not to attack Liverpool or were cautious because of Marco Silva. That is their style. If it was Bournemouth, for example, they would have
yeah,
attacked. You
yeah.
get what I'm so it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
Is the like I said with I think it's I think that's the manager that also that go with that throw caution out, they throw caution out and just go
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
they embrace the chaos of the situation and just go with it because Liverpool the first time like okay either we lose this game by 3-1, 4-1, or we could win this game by by 3 goals or even
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
worst case get a point. And it's also I feel that's the kind of sort of bravery you want to see with your manager where you're in a title race, you're going up, it's not going your way, but you just so intent. And speaking of intent, it's like Arsenal drew a golden draw at home to Everton, where they didn't really create much. And I see a lot of Arsenal fans got frustrated with the substitutions the coach made, where you're at
I,
home to
I
Everton.
was because he had to take out this is I had to put it in our Instagram account and the problem I had was that he was 79th minute to 69th minute. He
Yeah,
took out Mikel Merino and he put Partey when he has Sterling on the bench.
yeah. So
So and I
exactly.
had to check. Sterling has 24 games, 24 minutes a game, 14 games, 6 starts. Was it 40? Yeah, I wrote it down. It was
Six,
I wrote it down. I think
six,
it's 14. It
six
was for
stats.
it said 6 stars. Hold on. I don't see. Um, maybe not here. He had well, okay, yeah. Sterling had 2 goals this season. One as uh I wrote it down, not here. I forgot. I wrote it down somewhere. I think it was 40. But if you check the
Yeah,
average of his games play, the average of the games he has played, the average time is 24 minutes every game.
yeah.
So he has. So what I'm trying to say is that why did you sign him? Because I don't care. You are paying part of the money. Then if you don't trust him, why did you bring him?
Yeah, and I think I think that's also a bigger discussion in terms of Arsenal's recruitment policy in the last couple of seasons. But I just feel back to this game again. I don't know. You're playing against an Everton team that's not really offering much in attack, and you decide to bring on you take off other take up your captain Odegaard. I know he wasn't really playing well, but you take him off
Yes,
quite
six
early in the game.
matches, six matches, six Premier League matches, 2 starts. He started 2 games out of 6, and then 146 minutes. If the average is 24 minutes every game, That's poor.
Yeah, I think overall that transfer has failed. It exposed Arsenal's main weakness in attack. But I just feel again, this is a situation where you instead of making not like for like change, you just throw you become a bit more brave, a bit more you show a bit more ambition in terms of just you take away you sub out was it you sub out Thomas or you sub out a right back and you bring on another striker. You just keep on bringing attacking players in attempts to win the game by just by being brave because Liverpool rolled that dice and just will go for it at home against a team that against a very good Fulham team as well. But as the Arsenal situation, I just feel is like an opportunity missed, and it's I know
I'm so bad playing that I'm thinking in my fantasy of selling Saka from Brennan Johnson.
yeah because
For me
I
to
know
think Saka, that tells only no goal in open play
in
for the
three
past
games.
three games. Like,
In three Premier League games,
yeah.
and I know I know it's against United and they won comfortably in the Europe against Monaco, but I just feel if you're trying to if your goal is to finish top four, that's okay, that's fair enough, that's okay. Or if your goal is to push towards 90 points to win the title, it's not enough, and I feel it's been obvious for the last 18 months where this Arsenal attack, it's Saka, Odegaard, and a bunch of underperforming players. And I don't I'll say it, I don't care how many goals Havertz scores. He can score 20 goals. I don't think
No,
it's
it's
still.
not
I don't
that
think it's
much.
enough. I don't think it's enough because and again, just to touch on that recruitment policy, Havertz was signed as a Shaka replacement, not as the number nine. The actual number nine is Gabriel Jesus, who hasn't scored in months. And so it's a situation where the guy you bought for big money made the club's highest earner. I was bought to play in midfield. Is now being played as a striker, and you went out and bought another 6'3" Spanish midfielder the only Spanish midfielder that cannot pass the ball to play in midfield again. And it's just you have the guy on the wing, that Martin, because I'm not calling him by the Brazilian name because I don't think he's Brazilian. And just and some I don't know because I don't know if because growing up Arsenal were built on playing good football and also
Mm.
winning, and I think at some point as the wingers where they were evolving into a club that had to build a new stadium, sell a lot of players, but at some point as the wingers ego started taking hold of that club where he started making decisions for himself rather than the overall club, and I feel Arteta is getting to that point where who's in that room, especially as sporting director Edu has decided to leave. Who's upstairs with Ateta? Who's that second voice? Just giving a second opinion. Is Arsenal becoming an Ateta club, or I don't know? Because if Ateta is the one in charge of the club right now, I don't think
Yeah.
it bodes well for Arsenal. You need somebody because the fact that he's involved in selection of a sporting director, I feel that's already trouble for me. Because it's the other way around. If you get your sporting
Yeah, yeah,
director, he
yeah,
brings
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
coach.
You're supposed to just pick
It's
the coach, not the
so
coach to be involved.
so in terms of long term, it's because I think because I still think he's done both things can be true. He's done a fantastic job to bring Arsenal here.
If, even Eddie
But
Howe, who will rave about how to clash with
yeah,
the sporting director with
it,
permission. So you don't
yeah,
have to be friends. Like he's there to make you
yeah.
do your job. You are there to ensure he does the job. Yeah.
So and it's something that now I won't be surprised even with Eddie Howe, he probably loses the job at the end of the season. So the club has to go somewhere else. But I just feel how do you solve this problem now? You need to just accept you've made mistakes in certain players.
Mhm.
Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, you move those players and go and get top class quality. It doesn't necessarily have to you don't necessarily have to break the bank to get good attacking players. We see good attacking players every week. Guys that even like Anthony Gordon, even guys that don't self position get better attacking players and play better football. Because I just feel like Arsenal are they're too safe in how they approach games. And I don't think you win the Premier League or get close to winning by being safe.
No.
You have to show a bit of courage. You have to go for it. You have to fight. You have to fight for the points and show more. No, no. show more courage. But I don't think it's not been a good week for Arsenal.
Before we round up, do you have any shout out to anybody or any player?
Yeah, have one. Yeah, we lost. Our guy lost his job. G-
Gary
Gary
Neville.
O'Neill, and I know on one of our recent recordings we came here and sort of not we defended him a bit, and having seen recent events in the last two games where you have Wolverhampton players fighting just fighting anybody.
Anybody? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Two times.
Not just two times. You've seen
It's frustration.
that's and again and that just because I understand how they feel it because I was watching that game as just a little bit and I saw Cunha where he was going around that pitch looking for a fight with one of his teammates anybody he
No,
was
I
just
read on
was
Athletic. They say he was fighting the assistant manager. I didn't even know.
yeah
Damn. Oh, not
so you
Cunha,
see
the other guy, Lemina.
let
No,
me know
no, I'm like,
you see your club captain at the time fighting with the assistant coach then he gets demoted. Then you see you're one of your better players fighting opposition security, pulling off his glasses. It's just I felt and you see how Gary O'Neill then comes out and reacts to the whole events in the press. I just feel it was just it had to happen. I don't like it. I feel it's there are a lot of decisions above that have happened above him, but I still feel he could
but
have
he
done
deserved to
better.
be
He could
sacked.
yeah,
Deserved to be
yeah,
sacked.
yeah, I agree. And another manager that deserves to be sacked, Russell Martin. It's enough.
I don't know why they are keeping him.
It's
I don't
enough.
just know.
Yeah. You can lose football matches, but there are ways you will lose football matches, and I just think at this point is what's the point? Like what's the point of Southampton fans
And
going to games week after week and
I,
seeing performances like that?
I
That's
pray as a black man. I praise the employment of this and company. I was happy. I'm excited. Like this is what I want. I'll always support black people. I will always support us to go further. I don't care where you come from, as long as you have a black skin. Yeah,
pro
but
black.
but when I looked at the way Russell Martin is going, I started asking
Um,
myself,
this
this is
is
because of Vincent Company, what he started. Because now the coaches are becoming more selfish. I have to play my way in order to get the next game, and then the team keeps losing. So when you sack me, I have another team, and I don't know how why they reward why they keep rewarding those sort of behavior. I don't care.
I know boss, but it's also important to highlight. Vincent Company was it was probably the 20th name on the long list for Bayern managers at the end of the season.
Okay,
So it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
necessarily that top pick. And I don't think what Russell Martin has done in the last 4 months in the Premier League will get him any favors at another club.
So he can't
Because
get
it's just
a Premier League club, but you get a
because
championship club.
yeah, again,
He did
yeah,
well with them. He did well with them. I think they went down League Two or something, League One or something.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he had but overall, no. They don't even have the players. I was looking at their
It's
goalkeeper.
it's
Their goalkeeper
it's
is it Martin? And I've known McCarthy. I've known this guy in Crystal Palace for like since 2000 and when was that? 2012 or something or 13. I'm like, no, 2014. I knew him at Crystal Palace, and he's still playing till date. And then they're expecting him to play for. I was watching Chelsea game, like 20 minutes in, Tottenham were already 2 goals up. I'm like, damn.
it's crazy. Like I don't know if you've seen the video on social media where it's in the first half, towards the end of the first half, he decides to leave his technical area and go straight to the dressing room. On his way to the dressing room, they concede the fifth goal. And if I don't know how any I don't know how any fan of that club can see that image, see the performances with this season, how they give away cheap goals. They, it's almost as if they have it's as if that
But what is this obsession we play now from the back? If it
but it's
doesn't, even Brentford did it today like 3 times. 2 times it nearly cost them. And I've watched Brighton and I've seen that, and I'm thinking sometimes you just have to play it long. Don't do it.
it's I think this is a good discussion for probably another day when we have more time. I think coaches are getting trapped in this fallacy where playing out of the back means you're playing good football. And if you're playing good football, you're going to win games. It's not necessary. That's not how it necessarily works. Where you have to have a reason why you do it. Like, okay, why are Southampton playing out of the back? Is it to invite pressure? Then you hit it long to your attacking players where they don't have good attacking players to capitalize on the whole on the space made. So it's just I feel I'm not going to say he's doing it for the sake of it because he probably believes in it, but you also have to understand at some point if you're trying, you can't bake a good cake without the right ingredients. You have if you don't have
Yeah.
you can't be trying to play out of the back in a league like such as the Premier League where you get punished. It's always an accident. Waiting to happen, and it's just so. I- I'm sure the fans will be going through hell because sometimes you understand you understand it's going to be tough for your club going into
Yeah.
the season trying to survive, and the last thing you want to see is just see your team week after week just constantly concede the most silly goals, keep making mistakes after mistakes, week in week out. You have no fighting. You have no fighting chance because they must as well relegate Southampton right now.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no
yeah. It
point.
should have.
Their only point right now in the Premier League is just to improve every other team's goal difference going forward.
And if there's a season that if you play a little bit good, just 1 point can take you up. Is this is now watching
So
Man United is like 3 points, and then they're way down, 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 down. Just 3 points can take Southampton way up, and
yeah,
I don't know. But
it's
I think
just
they will sack him this week. I think before the end of tomorrow.
yeah. But again, but I feel like the sacking it's but else I still think the
So the
quality of that
damage is
squad is not
done.
the damage is done. And just
I'll just get a championship
clubs
player that I feel is good in the championship and just
clubs like Burnley, Sheffield United last season, and Southampton. They make me want to see the Premier League go to just only take two teams from the championship. Take you have
yeah, yeah.
because it's we can't keep having teams that just come to the Premier League and just participate and at
Well, if
least
I if I'm them, if I sack him, you know who I'll go for. I don't know if he has been sacked by now. I know he was on the verge of sack. Luton coach. He was
uh,
struggling.
Roberto is also is he's also that's another coach on that fire in the championship. So I
Yeah,
don't.
I think I will try him because I just think sometimes there's so many intangibles that you and I it's easy to be on the in the house on the duvet analyzing people when you don't go to training. There's so many things that transpire in the club. Maybe players are tuned off. They no longer want to listen to the coach. Maybe they've overachieved so much that these things happen sometimes because these clubs
Yeah,
come from maybe League One. They come so fast that I don't know why, but you look at the coach that is so successful, he starts struggling, and the club is standing by him, and it just doesn't work. And you think
yeah.
the best thing to part ways.
It's,
Okay, that should be all for us today. If you are watching us, please smash the like button and then follow us.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Share, subscribe, and if you have any questions, put it down on the page in the comment section, and we'll get talking about them.
okay. Well, join us next time. Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks.